When I grew up, religion and God were really crammed down my throat. I mean, my parents were great people, very successful, and I was raised in a great family. But they would always threaten me with God. So I grew up feeling God was a punishing God. I figured there was God, but He wasn't really helping me. I really, at an early age, just shut Him out. What took His place was alcohol. I drank, I think, out of a need to satisfy my self-pity, my selfishness, insecurities. Insecurity is a big one. I got involved with a management job, which I stayed in for 35 years, raised a beautiful family. I was able to curtail the drinking, the drugs during that time period. But after that, problems really arose. I started to feel more and more, self-pity, selfishness, insecurities. All this contributed to really withdrawing. I had already disassociated myself with God, with religion. Alcohol, drugs, really that was my escape. That's what I looked for. My life wasn't a shambles, but it was really going down pretty fast. From binge drinking to getting up in the morning and having a drink, or taking some pills to, get through the day, to function. Everybody hits their own bottom. I think mine was just that I was pushing people away. My second marriage was on the rocks. My kids, who have kids of their own, were disassociating themselves with me. I was just pushing everybody away. But I think the big turning point in all this was me reaching out for somebody else. Why it took 65 years, I have no idea. I went to High Tide because of my wife, and she was talking about what a nice atmosphere it was, and a great sermon every Sunday, and great fellowship. And so I started going, and I also enjoyed what I was hearing. God is speaking through them and reminding me, above all, we need to forget ourselves and help other people and do His work. And this is pretty incredible stuff. For 65 years being so into myself and not even thinking about other people, and all of a sudden I'm going to church, joining a fellowship, being of service to service organizations in town. It just isn't me, and I'm just so grateful that I found it. It feels great. It feels great to be helpful to somebody else.